Hello, everyone. Um, how are you all? I hope you're all taking care. I'm a little bit later getting on today than what I normally would be. I had a lot to do today. I've had a really busy morning. So I thought I'd get on and have a chat with you before I got ready for bed, really. So today's the 17th of April, day 26 that I've been in lockdown for. And I'm sure that there are people on here who are going to have been in lockdown before, because I think the US went probably into lockdown about a week or two before, and so did the UK. So I'm lucky enough, I guess, to be speaking to people in all different countries. So I'm privy to what's going on all over the place at the moment. Hey, Diana, how are you going? Um, is that a down under smile? That's really cool. So hey Felice, how you going? So I guess I've been sort of lucky in that I've been talking to people all over the place and sort of getting their take on what's going on at the moment. Hey Sylvie, how you going? Oh, thank you very much. So it's been quite different, but for me, I had a week off work, which really I go back to it next Tuesday, but I've already had 1 week off, and it's flown, absolutely flown. I've been so busy. I've been doing extra readings because obviously I'm home, so I've been home during the day as well, which has been really cool. I've caught up on my gardening. I've caught up on my housework. I've caught up on lots of things I didn't think I was going to catch up on. Hey, Texas. Okay. Nice. Hi, Suzanne. How you going? Good. Glad you are, Felice. Very nice. So I've sort of caught up on everything, but it just has flown like it's crazy. And I go back to they put me on a slightly different role from when I go back next Tuesday. So it'll be interesting to see how I go with that, but it'll be a nice change. So I'll keep up. I was going to draw a card from the animal spirit deck while we were here. Hey, Isa, how you going? Oh, Felice has bought herself a gypsy van. How cool is that? Imagine traveling around Australia in a gypsy van. Well, once things get a little bit less stuck inside, I guess. All righty, let's pull your card here and then we'll go from there. Oh, I'm not taking 3. That's just too many. That's better. Oh, look at that. One of my favorite things, the butterfly. Okay, so we have an air. Let's see what the butterfly says for today. It's horrible, isn't it? Because you sort of go quiet while you're doing this, and I always think it's like being on the camera and stopping for a moment. You feel like I am perfectly well, thank you, Isa. I hope you are too. I always remember you as the girl with the pearl earrings. Now I see that picture. It was such a beautiful book, and I think we talked about that the first time. It's an amazing picture. All right, butterfly. What does it say for the butterfly today? The energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Since air is the element of the heart, this change usually involves relationships, or if you love your job, perhaps your career. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon, committing to one daily routine, a meal, practice, or prayer done at the same time, and time will do wonders for lifting a butterfly's spirit. Wow, that's absolutely beautiful. So what's everybody doing? Hey, how are you, Lenore? Are you watching me at work? Ooh, you are a bit of a rebel. So what's everybody else doing at this time? Has anybody taken up any, obviously Felice playing with her gypsy caravan. What's everybody else doing to differently to what you would normally do? I started off with a bit of a routine when I first started, and I thought I'll stick to a routine, I will get things done. But then I started to think I don't really want to be in a routine while I'm not at work. I want to just be, I don't know, ad lib, do things as I please. So I've sort of switched it up a bit and done some different things. I've watched a couple of movies, which has been really cool because I don't always get time to watch movies. And I've done a bit of writing. I've done a bit of card reading. Be a random rebel. Yeah, here you go. Go for it. Yep. I try to be a rebel now, but I'm a little bit more of an organised rebel as I've got older, I guess. I'm not quite so random. Yeah, so I've been doing a few things. Thinking about your life. Yeah, well, that's not a bad thing to do as long as you're not becoming overly thinking. Because you have a lot of time on your hands now. Although my heart does go out to people who've got young children at home, trying to, have a normal life with your children at home, but also waiting for trying to do homeschooling. Sorry, I was reading as I'm speaking. Trying to do homeschooling, like I couldn't imagine something like that. Waiting for your next client, you're a home care worker. Suzanne, yes, my heart goes out to people like yourself still working in the field. I'm lucky for this last year and a half, I've been working for the government. Before that, I was working in the welfare sector, so I would have been like all of you. And not able really to do my work from home because I work directly with my teams. So this has been really different for me, having a government job and being able to work from home. I used to work from home on a day-to-day sort of arrangement, but now I can work from home. My work is pretty much easy for me to, actually very easy for me to do at home, as long as I've got a telephone to call people. Nameless Arcana 13, hey. Wow. What does that mean, Isa? What does that card mean? Thinking about your life, about the mystery of it all. Hey, Gigi, how you going? Yeah, it is sort of a really strange thing, isn't it? I don't want to talk too much about it because I think the idea of doing this was so we could all get away from it for a moment. But it's almost a very confusing time, because it's sort of like you've got all this time in your hands and you can't really do very much other than sort of pot around the house. You've got a lot of spiritual mystery surrounding you. Uh-oh. Very good. Yeah, so I don't know. It's sort of funny because if I had lots of time on my hands and I wasn't working, ordinarily I'd be in my car, I'd be traveling. This week's holiday that I've just taken was for me to go and spend a week with my sister in Queensland. So I would have been off to Queensland this week. So not quite the same, no. And I certainly missed going to your Monday markets this time around, I love it up there. So so I guess I've been doing the stuff that I don't always get time for. I've been doing a lot of meditation, which has been really cool, a lot of growing, a lot of digging around in the old psyche to see what I can come up with. And of course, hey, Darcy, how you going? Yes, it's the first time you've caught me live. It's lovely to have you on board. So I guess with all of you, you've probably found time to do things that you haven't normally, other than Suzanne, who sounds like she's still on the front line. Someone else said they were still working too. So it would be hard for you guys still having to go to work. Hopefully we'll start seeing some changes soon, which will be really nice, and people can sort of get back to what they do on a day-to-day basis. Although sometimes I think it would be nice if I lived like this all the time, I'd live a lot differently, of course. And I think sometimes if you had the opportunity, it's very true, isn't it, Felice? I think that, where are you, Darcy? 12 hours. Oh, you could be in England. Are you in England? I'm waiting for Darcy to answer now. That's the only thing with watching the things scroll through, working out where everybody's from, because we see everybody on here. I've been lucky enough to speak to people all over the world, and I think that has been the most amazing thing about doing this work is I have an opportunity to speak to so many different people. And I love that we have social media and internet and all those wonderful things so we can find out what's going on. Are you in Idaho? Okay. I learned a long time ago with US that people have very big time differences. I think one lot of time differences is up to about 17 hours difference. So 12's pretty reasonable. It's hard in a couple of places in America and in Canada to schedule readings unless it's a weekend for me because it's just impossible to get the timing. Hey, Georgia Girl Libra, I know who you are really. Oh, you're a teacher. Okay. Well, funnily enough, the government here in New South Wales and Australia has been talking about getting children back to school fairly shortly. It'll be interesting to see how that goes, really. It's still so, oh, it's midnight. Yeah, see what I mean? Trying to find time to sit up and watch the lives. Yeah, midnight. Whoa. I couldn't get through to midnight anymore. I don't even remember the last time I saw midnight, unless I woke up at midnight. I fall asleep way before that. But then I'm up really early in the morning, and some people say to me, "Why are you doing up so early?" Oh, you're at 1 a.m., Diana. Wow. Oh, and you're doing pot painting, Sylvie. Yeah, I've watched your pots. You do some amazing a rainbow over Iguazu Falls. Standing on your head. Why are you standing on your head? Yeah, so I can't believe it. I didn't realize everybody was up and about so late. But anyway, I won't keep you for much longer. I'll let some of you get off to bed and some of you get back to doing what you're doing, including pot painting and waiting for your next participant or client. Yeah, California and where Darcy is around an hour's difference. So Idaho and California. Yeah, I know that there's some. Oh, there you go. So you're doing reading, Isa. Yeah, I've read a couple of books too. Remember, I said I'm getting into Joe Dispenza at the moment, so I've been reading some of his stuff. But the only thing is, I think that when you're home and you've got lots of time in your hands, it's harder to sort of focus on something. Whereas when you've sort of designated time for something, you sort of sit down and do it. But at the moment, I'm still so excited about having so much time. I still find I'm a bit erratic on what I do. So I'll sit down to do something and then think, oh no, I'd like to do that. And then I find I'm somewhere else completely. And it's like the housework, half of it's done all over the place. But anyway, all right, I better go. It's been lovely to catch up with you all. Thank you for coming on and saying hello. Please take care and be safe. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Mwah.